Free. I'm Jill Stanton. Today I want to talk about one word that I truly think separates the ones who win versus the ones who continue to spiral or struggle or plateau at their current level of growth. And it's not talent, it's not visibility, it's not strategy, it's not hacks, it's not tactics, it's one word. It's one thing she says to herself when it's not working that helps her snap back into her power, rise out of her current circumstances, and take another fucking swing. And that word is yet. So this episode is not for the one who needs the tactics and the secrets and the hacks and the strategy. It's for the one who's willing to get back up, take another swing, stay in the frequency of possibilities, and go to bat for herself and the growth and the evolution and the impact and the freedom and the momentum that she says she wants. It's for the one who wants to collapse the distance or the gap between where she is and where she wants to be. So yet is not just a filler word, it's a frequency. The way you finish your sentences, the way you form your thoughts reveals your identity. So it's a difference between no one's joined my program and no one's joined my program yet. Do you see how small that small little word can make such a shift in how you view things? No one's joined my offer. Wah, 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 wah. Like there's nowhere really to go from there. Versus no one's joined my offer yet. That's still, you still have more game to play. You still have more swings to take. You still have more things you could try. There's still more possibilities. There's still more time. There's still more ideas. There's still more at-bats that you could take to change the situation, change the circumstances, turn your promotion around, turn your funnel around, turn your launch around, and get back in the driver's seat of your own growth. Yet is not just a filler word, it's a frequency, and it's what sets people apart from those who continue to stay in their excuses and their like want energy versus those who go on to create immeasurable success, delusional levels of success. The ones you watch, I guarantee you, they anchor themselves into the frequency of possibilities, and the word yet is the gateway to that. This is why your words matter so much. You count yourself out. So many people count themselves out before they really give themselves a proper chance to get started and see some momentum. Your words matter so deeply in how you choose to see your certain situations, your current circumstances. You can see them from like a place of this is how it is, so this is how it's always going to be. Or you could do the work. You could stretch yourself energetically. You could stretch your identity. You could stretch your realm of possibilities and realize you're not out of the game. With that one little addition of the word yet, you're still in the game. There's still another chance you could take. There's still another idea to come through. There's still another way you could present this. There's still another angle that you could hit. There's still more people who need the message. But when you don't use that frequency of possibility, when you don't anchor into yet, you close the door on your own growth. You limit it by your decision to anchor into what is currently happening. What is currently happening means nothing if you don't let it. Your current circumstances mean nothing about your future. Your current circumstances mean nothing about what next week holds for you. The only way that you stay in your current circumstances, if you choose to stay in your current circumstances, you continue to observe what is currently present for you versus anchoring into the frequency of possibilities and opportunities. And yet is the gateway to that. And any circumstances or problems or plateaus or feelings of stuckness that you might be experiencing right now, the self-doubt, the limited thinking, the excuses, the negative thought spirals, the emotional thought spirals, the focus on what isn't happening, that is all giving you the opportunity to practice who you say you want to be. But if you continue to anchor into what is right now, then you cut off that opportunity for growth. And I think this trips up a lot of people because they think like, well, I'm doing my manifestation work or I'm focusing on what I want, but then they're not making the decisions or making the moves that would back up what they want. The future version of you who's killing it, it's not like she just sits there and visualizes. She is in motion. She is practicing who she wants to become. She is flexing the muscle of repetition. She's taking another swing. She's trying shit. She's detached. Yet is a form of energetic detachment. That word yet, it holds space for so many possibilities. It is you in your detachment. It is you staying open to what might still flow in. It is you holding space for the highest of possibilities. So manifestation isn't just you sitting there wishing your circumstances were different, or your launch was performing different, or your clients were different, or your revenue was different. Manifestation is an intention backed with action. That's how you get everything you say you want. You get it by becoming it. We've talked a lot about this on the show recently. You don't get what you want by just sitting in the hopes of it. You get what you want by getting in fucking motion, getting in the ring, and taking a few swings. And so right now, if you find yourself in this place in your business or in your life or in your relationships or with money or with clients or whatever it is, in your content, in your visibility, whatever it is, you have to get brutally honest with yourself. What decisions or what actions are you currently avoiding that you know would break you into your next level of success? I guarantee you actually know what those are. You're just afraid to make the decision, or you're just scared to take the move. Make the move. Because what will people think if? What will happen if? How will I show up if? What will I do if? It's like so often we just get stuck in this place of like stagnation because we're trying to control other people's perceptions, or we're trying to not be seen in our growth. We don't want it to look messy. We don't want it to look like we're not doing a good job, or we're not killing it, or we're not successful. And so we get in this like white grip mentality, white knuckle mentality, where we try to control every fucking person's experience of us. We try to control their perceptions. We try to control what they think, say, or believe about us. And that slows everything down because it keeps you in your current circumstances. But if you had to keep it really real with yourself, if you knew that you were one decision away from breaking through this current level of growth that you want, what would that decision be? And what are you currently tolerating in your business, life, relationships, money, clients, whatever, marketing, visibility, whatever it is? What are you currently tolerating that doesn't match that decision? What are you currently tolerating that doesn't match that version of you? The one who makes the decision, the one who backs it with action, the one who gets the results that you say you want. What is the decision that matches that? Who is she in that decision? And what are you currently tolerating that is no longer aligned with that? Because I'll tell you right now, your next level is not about you just doing more. It's about you doing it differently. It's about you being who you say you want to be. Making the decisions that are aligned with her, taking the actions that are aligned with her, thinking the thoughts that are aligned with her, operating under the beliefs that are aligned with her. That is how you shortcut that distance. That's how you collapse that time. You show up in service of that. You make the decisions that she would. You make the moves that she would. You detach from the outcome the way she would. Like I said, I think it was like last week or maybe the week before that. Like current you is stewing in so much resistance and attachment and like white knuckle behavior that future you would never even consider. It wouldn't even be an issue for her. It would be like, oh, of course I'd make that decision. Of course I'd make that move. Of course I would do that thing. Of course I'm not attached to that. Like if you're really real with yourself, the way she operates, the way she makes decisions, the way she thinks about things is likely so different to how you're currently operating in these decisions, how you're currently trying to control other people's experiences, that if you just for 1 second anchored into how she would operate, you would realize the gap between who you're currently being and who you say you want to be. And that would give you the clarity to be like, oh, I know exactly what I need to do. I know exactly what decision I need to make, even if it's uncomfortable. Like we talked about, I can't remember, maybe 2 weeks ago. Your next big level of growth is on the other side of a bold decision in service of your alignment. I guarantee you already know what that decision is. You already know what the bold decisions or the bold moves you need to make are. You're just not doing it because you're scared of what might be on the other side of it. But you truly have nothing to lose by going for it. All you have to lose is your current comfort zone and the current perception that some people might think, have, or believe about you, the perception they might hold of you. And I understand that it's so tempting to maintain that persona. And also, I guarantee you that is draining the life force out of you. I know that there are certain people listening to this right now that's like, fuck, that's me. I get it. I've been there. I know how scary it can be to make a bold decision in service of your alignment. I so deeply get it. And also, I just want to offer you that there is so much aliveness, so much energy, so much more alignment on the other side of a bold decision in service of your alignment. It's not like you can't handle it. You just need to strengthen your self-trust. Your self-trust, your self-belief, your conviction, your belief that you can handle anything you choose to have, do, say, believe, or create. You wouldn't have been given the vision for what you want if you didn't have what it takes to create it, to experience it, to have it. But those things often lie on the other side of your comfort zone. You're at the edge of your current identity. That's why you can see it. That's why you want it so fucking badly, because it's there for you. But you have to start operating in a different way. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to shift the language that you use around the things that you're going after. And Yet is the perfect example of that. Like I said, it creates space for possibilities. It is the frequency of possibilities. It's like the game isn't over yet. The round isn't over yet. The launch isn't over yet. The promotion isn't over yet. The year isn't over yet. Your quarter isn't over yet. You're not done yet. There's still so much more available to you, but it takes you anchoring into that possibility, that frequency, that energy that'll really shift everything for you. And the only reason you're not, quote unquote, there yet is because you're experiencing some friction. That's it. It's just simply the gap between who you're currently being. You're like at the edge of your current identity. That's it. And all you have to do is anchor into who she would be, the next version of you. It doesn't even have to be like Oprah Rich version of you. All I'm asking of you is to anchor into the next version of you. Who's the version of you on the other side of that decision? Who's the version of you on the other side of your next level of visibility? Who is the version of you who is on the other side of that new level of audacity or courage or authenticity or follow through or consistency? What are the virtues that support that version of you? I think so many people get tripped up because they experience friction, and so they make it mean, oh, this might not be right. This doesn't feel aligned. Bro, no, it's just friction. It's like the proving ground. That is the like battleground. You going to bat for the next version of yourself. That's why most people won't do it, because it can feel big. It can feel scary. It can feel intimidating. It can feel like it's full of resistance or friction. But if you value expansion, if you value growth, if you value showing yourself what you're made of, you would use that time to recalibrate to who you want to be next. And you would take one action in service of her every single day. You would find one moment, one micro moment in your day where you could shift how you show up, shift how you think about something, shift the decision you make, shift your perception around something. And from there, it gets easier and easier. This is how you normalize your next level of becoming, micro step by micro step. It should not be some big, dramatic, flashy action like you go from 5K months to 100K months, like bing. Absolutely not. It happens in the gradual expansion, and that comes from micro shifts, consistently and consciously every single day. Shifting how you react to something, shifting how you think about something, shifting how you show up, shifting the things you say, shifting the boundaries you hold, shifting the standards you set, micro step by micro step, little by little, every single day, until it just is who you are now. So no, the friction does not mean you should give up. The friction is where your identity shifts. That resistance, it can feel like, I call it the river of misery because it's like the gap between where you are and where you want to be. And in between there can feel like a real void. It can feel very uncertain. It requires a new level of you to show up. And so many people tap out in that space because they think they can't handle it. But that is where your next level of identity is formed. That's where you deepen your courage. That's where your leadership is formed and forged and cemented in. That's where you anchor into a new level of courage. That's where you show yourself what you're fucking made of. That's where you show yourself how proud of yourself you can be. That's where the next level of you comes online. Through the portal of yet. It is the gateway to your next level of possibilities, but you have to anchor into that. That's a you game. And no amount of strategy will ever solve that for you. Your growth is not in the strategy. I fucking promise you that. Any strategy works when you are in your power going for it. But the version of you who's killing it, she anchors into the frequency of yet. She anchors into the possibilities that come when you keep a frequency of hope, when you take another swing, when you go to bat for yourself and the impact you want to have and the future you want to create and the money you want to make, when you give yourself the permission to go bigger, to anchor into more, to take another swing, that is what separates you from the ones who give up. And I don't think that's who you are. I think you're the type of chick who always takes another swing, and that's why you're still listening to this. And so as we close this out, let me just round it out with this. The most successful people aren't always the most confident, okay? They're just the ones who get back up and take another swing. They're just the ones who keep moving even when it hasn't happened yet. That's the only thing standing in your way. Your desire to get back up and take another swing and show yourself what you're made of. And when you anchor into that identity, when you anchor into that level of tenacity and grit and determination and devotion to your highest level of expansion, that's when things start moving. Because you realize that you've become the version of yourself who would never dream of giving up. She's the one who anchors into the frequency of possibilities. And because of that, she always finds a way to win. And that's available for you right now. So if this resonates with you, I want to hear about it. Shoot me a DM on IG at I am Jill Stanton. I would love to hear what landed for you. If you have not yet subscribed to the show, please do that. If you know someone who needs this episode, please share it. I would be forever grateful. You could go to jillstanton.com/podcast and subscribe to the show on whatever platform you listen to. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for letting me gel at you. I don't know if I've ever explained what gelling is. My clients call it gelling. It's Jill yelling, which is a loving kick in the pants in service of your highest growth and evolution. So I hope you enjoyed yet another few minutes of gelling, and I cannot wait to connect with you and see what this opened up for you. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next week. Peace.